1 Samuel chapter 19. David escapes from Saul. Then Saul spoke to Jonathan his son and all his servants to put David to death. But Jonathan, Saul's son, greatly delighted in David. So Jonathan told David, saying, Saul my father is seeking you to put to death. So now please be careful in the morning, and stay in the secret place, and hide yourself. And I will go out and stand beside my father in the field where you are, and I will speak with my father about you. What I perceive, I will tell you. Then Jonathan spoke well of David to Saul his father, and said to him, Do not let the king sin against his servant David, since he has not sinned against you, and since his works have been very good for you. For he took his life in his hand and struck the Philistine, and Yahweh brought about a great salvation for all Israel. You saw it and were glad. Why then will you sin against innocent blood by putting David to death without a cause? And Saul listened to the voice of Jonathan, and Saul swore, As Yahweh lives, he shall not be put to death. Then Jonathan called David, and Jonathan told him all these words. And Jonathan brought David to Saul, and he was in his presence as formerly. Then there was a war, and David went out and fought with the Philistines, and struck them with a great slaughter, so that they fled before him. Now there was an evil spirit from Yahweh on Saul as he was sitting in his house with his spear in his hand, and David was playing the harp with his hand. And Saul tried to pin David to the wall with the spear, but he slipped away out of Saul's presence, so that he stuck the spear into the wall, and David fled and escaped that night. Then Saul sent messengers to David's house to keep watch over him, in order to put him to death in the morning. But Michal, David's wife, told him, saying, If you do not make an escape for your life tonight, tomorrow you will be put to death. So Michal let David down through a window, and he went out and fled and escaped. Then Michal took the household idol and laid it on the bed, and put a gilt of goat's hair at its head and covered it with clothes. Then Saul sent messengers to take David, but she said, He is sick. So Saul sent messengers to see David, saying, Bring him up to me on his bed, that I may put him to death. The messengers came, and behold, the household idol was on the bed with the quilt of goat's hair at his head. So Saul said to Michal, Why have you deceived me like this, and let my enemy go, so that he has escaped? And Michal said to Saul, He said to me, Let me go. Why should I be put to death? Now David fled and escaped, and came to Samuel at Ramah, and told him all that Saul had done to him. And he and Samuel went and stayed in Naioth. And it was told to Saul, saying, Behold, David is Naioth in Ramah. Then Saul sent messengers to take David, but they saw the company of the prophets prophesying, with Samuel standing and presiding over him. And the Spirit of God came upon the messengers of Saul, and they also prophesied. This was told to Saul, and he sent other messengers, and they also prophesied. So Saul sent messengers again the third time, and they also prophesied. Then he himself went to Ramah, and came as far as the large well that is in Secu. And he asked and said, Where are Samuel and David? And someone said, Behold, they are at Naioth in Ramah. So he went there to Naioth in Ramah, and the Spirit of God came upon him also, so that he went along prophesying continually until he came to Naioth in Ramah. He also stripped off his clothes, and he too prophesied before Samuel, and lay down naked all that day and all that night. Therefore, they say, is Saul also among the prophets?